your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. Your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
God loves you, Aries. August is the month of the angelic frequencies of the gemstone Peridot. Your birthstone is diamond, Aries, so what we need to do is see how these two gemstones resonate with each other. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to contact me, please visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with all the information necessary on how you can find out how you can obtain one of our spiritual consultations, psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars. We can teach you how to read runestones or tarot cards, teach you how the tarot cards are based on Kabbalah, and how Kabbalah is based on the Bible. Kabbalah, it might even be the other way around, because the written word is the law, but it's the letter of the law, but the Kabbalah is the spirit of the law. Now, August's gemstone of Peridot has the light emanations of the astrology archangel known as Virchiel, and your zodiac sign gemstone of diamond has the properties of light bestowed by the zodiac archangel known as Melchiel. Your ruling planet is Mars, Aries, so the stones that you'd want to use are red coral or coral, and these are the precious stones one uses to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Hamael, who is assigned to the planet Mars in Kabbalah, also being called Kamael or Samael or sometimes Azazel on the other side of the coin, since these angels apply varying levels of correction, severity, and one has to be mindful, however, when one is using these energies, and be very mindful of your own clout when you're using these kind of very powerful gemstones in unison with each other, and when you're utilizing these names of God and these angelic names, archangelic names, all the way through to the elementals and the lower spirits, the intelligences, and all of these things. You have to do your homework and do it properly if you want it to come out right. If you want your rituals to come out right, you have to do them properly. And in reality, one needs to be an adept before one's magic will really work to their own satisfaction. That doesn't mean your magic will not work if you're not an adept. It means you won't be satisfied, because your vessels of reception and your desire and willpower to bestow light, all of these things will not be in alignment, and they won't be in proper quantities. So one has to make sure that one what one is really doing is trying to satisfy oneself, not others, and that's how one knows whether or not one's doing their magic properly. Now, regarding the martial aspects are very much similar to the sulfur aspects of the alchemical elements of sulfur and salt and mercury. So Mars has a very sulfur aspect to it. It has a hot aspect to it, and sulfur is going to be very active for Aries and very active for Scorpio, because Scorpio and Aries are ruled by Mars, although Scorpio has the additional planet of Pluto. We'll get into that later, but this is for you, Aries. So now, this is a book based on Kabbalah, written by Dion Fortune, and it has a wonderful picture of the Kabbalah on the front. It's called The Mystical Kabbalah, again, it's by Dion Fortune, and it's one of the very best books in the world that one should read if one wants to truly understand Kabbalah. And this is really more Golden Dawn style, Rosicrucian style, that kind of thing. Another very important book that we have for you, thank you, is it's called The Secret Teachings of All Ages. There's this is a black and white version. There's also a color version, but this one, the black and white hardback is not as expensive as the one with color pictures, but it's a very good book. And back when I used to listen to many of Stuart Wilde's presentations on audio tape, he mentioned that you needed to get this book if you were interested in studying spirituality. There's just about everything one needs to know in this book. So that's something that you will want to get. Now, regarding the Zohar and how this applies to Mars and to your angelic forces, most information comes from the Sefer Yetzirah and the Zohar if you're studying Kabbalah. Now, the Zohar states that the cause high above all causes is the one that is called the cause of causes. It is a cause among all the rest of the causes. So every single one of these causes shall not do anything unless it receives permission from the cause above it. Now keep in mind that during the age of Aquarius, your Saturn, where your Saturn resides, is going to be extremely important for you. Your sun sign is of course important, but as we go into the grand solar minimum, and it's starting to rev up now, and it's going to be very strong in 2030, and then it'll, whether or not it tapers off after that, after 2035, we'll see. But this grand solar minimum is going to cause your sun sign to decrease, and that's going to cause your moon sign to become more important, and all your other planets. But your Saturnian qualities, where your Saturn is going to be extremely important, because Saturn rules Aquarius. Saturn and Uranus rule Aquarius, according to Kabbalah, the Rosicrucian style or Golden Dawn style Kabbalah. Now, the age of Pisces was ruled by Jupiter. So, and also Neptune is another ruler of Pisces. So those things, it's not that they're not important anymore, that they don't have power anymore. They're just not as intense as they were. And the other Uranian and for Uranus and Saturnine or Saturnian, the Saturn aspects are going to increase. And again, keep in mind that when you're using feng shui, that is the same as the Saturn square, the way it's set up. And we'll be getting to videos in the future about that, and we'll have some way to present it to you in the future where I can, draw a little bit on there, some stick figures for you, and some simple drawings so that you can find out, exactly how these things line up. So we'll be providing that for you, because it's going to be very important to understand how these things all line up and how they affect people, because we're going through a very strong change on the earth. The poles have been moving slowly, and again, the grand solar minimum is going to cause other aspects to become more important. There's going to be a cooling instead of a warming, a cooling, and that's because some say that when the glaciers melt, that if they were fresh water, which they're saying they were, that a lot of it, that they decreased the salinity in the oceans, which changed some of the currents, which turned basically a heater into an air conditioner. So whether those glaciers were salt water or fresh water, one would have to make come to the conclusion that they were fresh water if indeed the salinity was decreased. But so as these things happen, you need to prepare yourself by knowing where your Saturn is and where your moon is, especially, and the Jupiter aspects and the solar aspects, where those are, and how those are going to be less important for you. Now, Mars is known as the attribute of God the warrior, found in Exodus 15:3, which is a potent biblical verse if you want to gain even more power for strength, protection, and fortitude. Your fire guardian archangel Michael speaks through to you from your Aries astrology archangel Melchizedek. Melchizedel's gemstone is sugilite, which should only be added to the array of stones when you have harmonized the light frequencies of seasonal zodiac gemstones and diamond. The addition of sugilite will propel you towards great heights with substantial accomplishment once you are able to navigate the interior worlds, where the ability to allow inner acceptance of one's own soul is found inside Archangel Michael's armor, where he protects us from our own ego. Very important. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Aries zodiac angel Melchizedek, who resides over the Ram's cardinal fire nature. And here are his messages for you in the areas of love, money, and health. First, Melchizedek's love, rapture, and romance transmission. The red angelic light frequencies of Melchizedek combined with comforting, healing qualities, shimmering towards extravagant, deeply thoughtful, internal and external healing remedies, pulsate gemstone rays of light, alluring to the eye from the gemstone of Peridot, that green, lovely Peridot, stimulating your romantic aspirations through happy blessings bestowed from August's solar angelic realms in the course of this birthstone's luxurious as well as therapeutic and talented attributes. Magical energies of a very accurate permutation of Zodiac Angel Virtuo's natural fifth house attributes, in addition to your own Aries energies, bestows to you a cornucopia filled to the brim, realizing new possibilities as well as ever brighter future portents. Brilliant methods of attainment are the purview of the traditional zodiac sign of Leo for the objective of charming, attention-grabbing, and enlightening, also very accommodating shimmerings of exact light that fills the air with an ambiance. And this is a very creative radiance, and it's motivationally therapeutic to both body and soul, allowing fresh dreams initiating forth from a gem which gives alluring capabilities for the owner of such a gemstone through attraction of crown chakra qualities, as well as third eye, heart chakra, and solar plexus attributes. And this will then, because of this, generate very abundant delight throughout regeneration of personal spirit guides, affording knowledge from clear vision during various ultra-dimensional but also interdimensional and intradimensional communicates, made lucid through complementary relationships within solar, crown chakra, pineal gland attributes, as well as third eye or sixth chakra pituitary functions and consciousness. Heart chakra, lion heart strength through compassion and solar plexus qualities of ego, health, and it activates the Sephirot of solar potency within Keter, thus reflecting lunar power through Yesod, activating Venusian beauty and desire in Netzach, and even the passion of Marshal Gebura. And these will offer sources of dimensional currents of enchantment for romance magic, which is effective when influenced through solar qualities of confidence expressed in goddesses or gods within the Sephirah of Tifereth, being Fortuna Lucifera, Apollo, Mithra, and Archangel Michael, and these are included in performance of ritual ceremonial magic. Now keep in mind that this is all based on Kabbalah. Kabbalah is basically the Bible, especially the Torah, in the first 5 books, the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Old Testament, basically it's the structure of our reality, our manual of how we work as human beings, a manual of reality. And you'd be surprised at how many very advanced seminary students, be they Catholic, be they even Protestant, or I can't really speak to people that aren't Catholic or or at least Christian, because I don't know exactly what they're exposed to, but I know that the highest orders of initiates in the Catholic and in the Christian ceremonies and in those types of spiritual systems know about Kabbalah. Even the Catholic Church is set up like Kabbalah because the altar is Keter on top, and there's a line that goes across the three top supernals, which bars the. It's where there's a gate to separate the lower Sephirah from the supernals, that separates the congregation from the priest. It's based on Kabbalah. So just understand that. And you'll understand how that works. Now, regarding Melchideel's money and wealth transmission with help of the mighty Archangel Michael, who rules over all the fire signs, who's the guardian angel of the fire signs. Well, Melchideel is your specific Aries angel, teaching angel for you. Generosity is the name of the game when the sun sends out his glowing sunbeams to fill the air with copious production of wealth gotten from work well done, due to personal pride being an all-important factor. Clients and customers understand that their well-being is at the heart of any action when soul transits through fifth house frequencies, where Archangel Michael and Zodiac Angel Virchiel oversee activity, bringing light into even the darkest corners of God's great universe. Anyone wishing to indulge in financial success will begin to learn what must be done to attain the financial freedom which they desire. Money injections for new upstarts become significant for people who gain deep insight into exactly what makes others agree to purchase goods and services. A great enjoyment of helping others and providing for their needs brings on a sunny disposition in financial transactions produced from intentions which truly start out as sincere as well as friendly. This is the season for tending to children and creative projects, or even the artistic work of one's progeny. Art, music, works of writing, fiction or non-fiction are valued during fifth house considerations of the natural zodiac house of Leo the Lion, with strong solar willpower, making one capable of evoking help from mighty angelic realms, keeping everyone protected and cared for. Connecting to one's personal money nymph in the Kabbalistic Sephiroth of Jupiter and Chesed and Venusian Netzach, which are important Sephiroth for income creation and money magic techniques, bring overflowing sources of cash from where economic health is cultivated via connections of fun, gratifying, and sensible occupations through opulence. Any such type of magic allows for riches to pour forth from inner oceans of light, from one's authentic inner happiness, which is then given freely to others by participating in trade with sunny dispositions, bringing a happy countenance formed from similitude with Creator God. Laugh, and the world laughs with you in the world of Messiah, having the throne of Malka, the bride of the kingdom, creating his kingdom in Malkuth, begotten from proper craftsmanship of amulets made with formidable talent and precision, way beyond the understanding of most, and bound by etheric plane tapestries responsible for granting earthly necessities and treasures, who are the agreeable magical elementals upon which all magicians and adepts must rely. Wizards and wizardresses often invoke into their created spaces and their sacred created spaces, or their sacred spaces, or invoke into their own person or into their own being, or again invoke into the surrounding magical circles, the frequencies of the Sephirah of Binah, where Saturnine emanations are assigned in Kabbalah to attributes such as hermetically sealing, great power, which produces extraordinary celebratory events or venues for entertainment. Calm and confidence wins every occasion throughout cosmological evolutions, where combining red coral or diamond with peridot unites astrology, archangelic forces known to Melchideel and that leonine angel Virchiel, Melchideel being the the zodiac angel for Aries, Virgo being the zodiac angel for Leo, and these will help tempt investors through utter charm in the theaters of large commercial properties, celebrations, weddings, funerals, as well as various religious events. Vim and vigor are extremely important if one wishes to bring a high order of magnitude to any long-term goal, where power must be sustainable. Again, remember, Aries, your martial will, that iron will be influenced and activated by the solar will of the sun during August. Understand that, because where Aries has a will of iron, Leo has a will of gold, the sun, the solar gold, and August is Leo. It's a portion of it. It's July, August, late July, and up into August. So just understand that your will is activated during this time as well. You can use any kind of crystal. This is a time that you can really charge your crystals, because power is generated when the sun is transiting through natural fifth house attributes, and it's going to bring you sort of an essential sense of your own good judgment for the purpose of affording one his or her own self-confidence. Trust in self is very important, and relaxed assurance through indicating a good amount of intelligence, thus causing admirable amounts of favorable fortune when considering a bright future for children and creativity expressed in original ways. Honored and approved from God's hand, found in divine providence, is bestowed from the monad of the adept's God self, bestowed from within, seeing that self and not self are actually the same thing, allowing flow in all directions, conducted by her or his own personal holy guardian angels, which love to be invoked during this time. These guardian angels love to be invoked when there's a lot of energy. Illumination is produced from self-realization, creating a technique of money magic. And this is very congruent with one's own visualization of loving kindness done for the good of all. Healthy financial habits provide one with ownership as well as granting one leadership positions. Now watch this. Let's look at Proverbs. That's chapter 22, verse 7. In the Webster's Bible translation, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Now understand, the Webster's Bible translation is one of the Bibles now in public domain. So that's something you can use if you're concerned about Bible translations being in public domain. The crown chakra, third eye, or sixth chakra, heart, and solar plexus chakras are invigorated, bathed in white light, and harmonized during this time, predominantly when awe-inspiring environments and original creativity are the goal sought, with August's gemstone providing a fortuitous and goodly portion of money and financial occasions, monetary chances through which one may now blossom. It's time to make some money. Malkita L's health and fitness transmission next. But remember, if you don't have your health, you can't enjoy your money. And if you don't have your health, you can't enjoy your love life. Health comes first, then your financial health, then when you're emotionally well, you can deal with somebody else and have a love life. That's the way it's got to go. Everybody goes the opposite way. Love, money, health. It should go health, money, love. But we aim to please, so here we go. Any other people pleasers out there? That's right. Okay, now from Akita Els again, the health and fitness transmission. The all-important subject of health finds great success in goals and plans realized during this astrological progression of the sun through the natural fifth house of children and creativity in August, possessing convergence arrays through balancing of the crown chakra, third eye or sixth chakra, heart, and solar plexus chakras. Crown or seventh chakra is analogous to the top supernal sephira, being Keter, involving the pineal gland. Scanning third eye or sixth chakra hormone-producing organs, such as the pituitary gland, finds expression in the lower supernal sephirot of Chokhmah and Binah, granting intelligence and understanding, respectively. Kabbalah teaches that men are given an extra amount of intelligence. That's in the Sefer of Chokhmah, which is sort of the male reproductive organ. I'll let your mind wonder about that for a while. While women are given a more opulent amount of understanding from Binah, which that's the female reproductive organ, which explains why the two genders differ in their behavior, not to mention the Merkaba field being turned, with the projection in the three-dimensional Star of David being here for women, and of course being here for men. When you just turn that three-dimensional Star of David, that's how Merkaba works, which is a portion. Merkaba is a portion, an advanced portion of Kabbalah. We teach Merkaba. Mer means rotating fields of light, Ka, spirit, and Ba, soul, and also Kabbalah. And then you understand also the house of God. The house of God, the skull, the house, the brain, God, but then we have the brain being the house and the pineal being God, and it goes from there. And then we go into the loose bone, which is not in this world and is not nourished from anything in this world or anything you do in this world or anything you gain in this world, but rather the loose bone is what you gain in the world to come, which is not for self, but for the happiness of Creator and the happiness of others. And that is why Christ says to build your kingdoms, to store your treasure in the kingdom of heaven, not in the kingdoms of earth. To store your treasures in heaven, where the loose bone is for the world to come. That's really looking towards your future. Because you're going to be there, so you might as well build for it in the spiritual world. Build your spiritual body. You're going to live in it for a long, long, long time, if not eternity. Now, regarding the understanding for keeping the astrological signs in mind, they possess both masculine and feminine qualities, affording individual persons more or less abundant portions of these two attributes, which results in nature's great balance. For example, if you're a Leo, that's a very masculine sign. It's probably the most masculine sign. If you're a Scorpio or Cancer the Crab, or then it's we say Cancer the Crab so people don't confuse it. You understand? So those are feminine signs, ruled by, Cancer is ruled by the moon, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, so that gives it a little bit more of a masculine feeling to it. But there's also Taurus the bull, which could be considered very feminine, because Earth is very feminine, and Earth absorbs water, so probably Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, is probably one of the most feminine signs. So if you're a man and you're a Taurus, you're going to have some balance of masculine and feminine. If you're a Leo and you're a woman, or Aries and you're a woman, you're going to have more masculine balance with your feminine quality. So just understand that. And everything, but that's just talking about your sun sign. What about all the other planets? So, everybody is that very individual snowflake. Remember that. You're very, very, very individual, beloved. Now, keep in mind that when you study these things, the heart chakra qualities are going to become very important to you, because it's all about the heart. Because the heart makes you a fool, the mind makes you a king, but intelligence of the heart gives you a king, which is a wise and benevolent king. And again, but during these natural fifth house Leonine attributes in August, you're going to have a lot of involvement with the heart and the back, as well as the thoracic spine, as well as your circulatory system. When soul transits these fifth house frequencies. Now, solar plexus chakra activation occurs during this progression, which involves the Sapphire of Tiferet, which includes the soul of the heart and the ego of the solar plexus. The vital knowledge of one's true personal soul requirements ensures proper adherence to biological law, giving rise to efficient and correct cellular task functioning towards very vigorous health. Remember that with the Sephirot of Keter denoting crown chakra energetic fields, Chokhmah and Binah associating with third eye or sixth chakra frequencies, as well as the heart and solar plexus chakras located in the Sephirah of Tiferet. The great soothing, harmonizing, and healing occur during August, when one imprints one's personal morphogenic field with intentions towards healing, brought into reality through holding fast to universal laws. divine unsubstantial qualities are transformed into divine substantial traits, making certain we are very mindful of our vocabulary, feelings, and dealings or activities, because when you get to God's throne room, you're going to find that the face of God Almighty is your own face. And that's something that's taught in neophyte and or taught in zealoter in some forms of Golden Dawn or Rosicrucian systems of magic. So understand, these are things taught that you can get them in books, but some of these things, as we get into the higher grades, you don't want to be giving those secrets away. You took an oath, and the oath matters. But anything that's already in a book, which a lot is, because didn't Crowley publish everything the Golden Dawn ever said? But still, it's nice to keep some of those secrets hermetically sealed so that they contain their what? Their power. Because when you get rid of the secret, you get rid of the power. So understand that. Now, regarding your strength and your power and your confidence during August, it allows for fulfillment of your plans during August, and that enlivens the crown or seventh chakra. The third eye or sixth chakra, the heart and solar plexus chakra, also zodiacal and angelic currents generate from the branch and the root of the Kabbalistic tree, focusing upon what actually will make you both happy as well as successful based upon what Creator God originally had in mind when He formed your eternal soul. Follow this now in Proverbs 3. That's chapter 3, verses 7 to 8 in the New Heart English Bible. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be a health to your body and a nourishment to your bones. If you think you're smart, if you think you're wise, understand that everybody whom you think you are teaching has gotten very, very smart. Very, very Alchemy. Organs of the head, chest, and solar plexus found in the 7th, 4th, and 3rd chakra vortex centers are often overheated and thus overstimulated by overzealous or undisciplined practitioners of either modern science, yoga, or hermetic arts which stem from mankind's desire to improve himself spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, and physically. Balance and moderation in all things is a cliche, nevertheless one which gives great sturdiness and health to one's constitution. Laughter is a must during August. In the I Ching method of chakra healing, this portion of the year is significant for chakras of the head, chest, and upper abdominal energy centers, becoming principally enlivened when cleansing or soothing and balancing natural fifth house attributes. Since August's zodiac sign of Leo's ruling planet, the Sun, which is concerned with the pineal gland, heart, thoracic spine, and muscles of the middle back, as well as chakras and organs of the heart and circulatory system, while the sign Leo itself associates with the heart, chest, or fourth chakra, the fourth chakra, because the fourth chakra is the heart chakra. It's the fifth house, the fourth chakra. The natural fifth house in the zodiac, the fourth chakra, and the energetic chakra system. And this provides really the life blood to the flesh, as well as a mechanical pump with which to circulate this sanguine nourishment to oxygenate the entire physical body and body of light through the quality of compassionate bestowal and willpower expressed in 10 Kabbalistic Sephirotic dimensions. Incorporation of the entire range of energetic frequencies of red coral for Mars, diamond for Aries, and peridot for Leo brings poise as well as self-assurance during August, causing you to become ever more capable, ever more strong, ever more passionate. And this will help set into motion all the plans you have set for yourself and bring to fruition all your goals with this very powerful time, Aries. Others will be attracted to your compassion and loyalty during this cosmological transit, bringing new and exciting opportunities, lavish environments, as well as richly rewarding your generosity and emotional intelligence with natural fifth house attributes of children, creativity, and creative projects are activated and emphasized using August gemstones during this progression of soul through the natural fifth house, Leo the Lion. Now these gemstones are going to correspond to the planet Sol, better known as the Sun. Again, that is Peridot, and you can use Sunstone if you want to enhance the Leonine energies, or if you want to enhance your own. And that iron will, remember, the Sunstone, the Peridot will enhance the sort of golden willpower, whereas the coral or red coral, the Martial or Pluto energies that come in from those who are Scorpio, who is also ruled by Mars and has a lot of similarity to Aries. But understand that the iron will, that martial will, that fighting spirit comes from your martial aspects. So you have to figure out, do you want more of a fighting energy, or do you want more of a heart of gold energy? Because iron will, as according to a golden heart of gold. So, people who know a lot about metal, there's a great book which I'll be bringing up in the future that I read, that talks about how to make metal sort of magical talismans and to etch, which is very. We'll be bringing that book to the forefront. A very, very, very important book. We'll be bringing that to the forefront in the very near future. It's by a PhD, a writer. A Dr. Robert Flowers is a PhD writer, and he wrote a book about Hermetic magic, which the complete title I don't have right at the tip of my brain, but I read it many moons ago, but it was a wonderful book, and I did learn how to make some of those metallic and we had a stylist that my husband made for me. I really enjoyed that book so much. Now, your crown or seventh chakra, third eye, or sixth chakra, chest and solar plexus chakras are measured to be of celestial magnitude throughout natural fifth house solar transits for the function of establishing rich treasures in the physical realm. That's what it's about. And these sensations are going to be brought to you, as well as emotional and in the causal bodies, enabling you towards lucid voluntary command of your body of light. Christ demonstrated his body of light in Matthew chapter 17, verse 2 in the Webster's Bible translation, and he was transfigured before them, and his face shone as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. Astrocartographic arrangements currently, as well as at birth, must be revealed if a holistic style of unveiling one's inner nature is truly desired. A disclaimer is in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since very powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Remember to chant your divine tone of I am, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of becoming, and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Aries. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.